All right, guys. It is Sunday, January 31st. It's here. Last day of the month. We are up against the wall. We gonna do it? I think so. Yes, I'm going to do it today. Yesterday was a good day. Overall on the picks, 3-1 on the locks. Picks yesterday, we were 9-7-1. But 3 out of 4 parlays hit yesterday. And that is why in February we're going to be tracking units also, because you start hitting on parlays like that and you're just collecting units way more than you're losing. So yesterday was a great day. Parlays that we hit on yesterday: Penn State in the over, Nova in the over, Tennessee -2.5, Purdue -3.5, and San Diego State -17.5. Just very nice. So the boys were hitting yesterday too. Spencer hit on 2 out of 4 parlays, 1 soccer, 1 college basketball. Shawnee Sizzle obviously hit on the Nova parlay with me. We were sweating that one so hard. It did not look like it had a chance to go over. They probably scored more points in the last 30 seconds than they did the 2 minutes prior to that. Something like, I don't even know, like 23 points in the last 30 seconds, something like that. But we ended up getting the over and it covered. Awesome game. Those are the type that you love, and that's why you like to bet the over, because you don't ever want to be sitting there praying for them not to score, because that is just a gut-wrenching feeling. You can always add points. You can't take them off the board. That's why we don't like unders. For the boys over on the locks yesterday, Sean was 2-0. Steve was 0-1. I was 3-1. For the year, on my locks, 3-1 yesterday, 20-36 for the year. Unfortunately, it ain't happening on the locks for me this month. What are you gonna do? But we're gonna hit on these picks. Overall, for the month, I was 9-7-1 yesterday, brings me to 83, 98, and 5. I need 15 winners today to get even. I got them for you. Don't worry. Shawnee Sizzle, 2-0 yesterday, like I said, 20-26-1 for the year. Him and Steve, as far as winning percentage goes, are neck and neck on the locks right now. We will find out what happens today. Steve yesterday 0-1, 11-14 for the year. I'll go over all this, but there's going to be new rules for next month. Just because as you can see, the number of picks is quite spread out. Christie Moneyline locks at 1 and 3. We'll go over that at the end though. So for today, we got a lot of picks. I'm very impressed how many picks we got today from the boys. SPP, Stevie Player Props, all over today. Parlays for days. The return of some player prop parlays. I love it. We'll dive right in. We'll start with the player prop. Paul George, over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. Colin Sexton, over 29.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Domantas Sabonis, under 37.5 points, rebounds, assists. Jokic, double-double. Vucevic, double-double. And Bradley Beal, over 2.5 made threes. I love it. I'm excited to have one of these back. We got a ton of them during football season. Haven't seen so much of them recently from my boy, but I love it. I'm definitely going in on that one. These are fun to bet. I love the combined points, rebounds, assists bets. They're great. They're fun. Got NBA money line parlay from my boy. Clippers, Sixers, Nets, Nuggets, and Cavs. NHL parlay. Thank you guys for continuing to give me the hockey picks and the soccer picks. We got some of them coming up too. NHL parlay, Oilers money line, Flyers money line, Avalanche money line, and Devils +1.5. We got a soccer parlay from my boy SPP. All money lines. Leicester City, Tottenham, Chelsea. And then one more basketball parlay combo of NBA and NCAA. Houston money line, college. University of Houston money line. Syracuse money line. Drake. The cover wagon. I'm so disappointed in myself for being so late to the game on this. I think they've covered 13 games in a row. Drake to cover 18.5 points. Temple money line, Ohio State money line, and Delaware money line. I like it. Actually, I'm sorry. That was not a combination of NBA and NCAA. That was all NCAA. My apologies. But the Drake pick, I'm on them today. Spencer, we got soccer. We got soccer at Spencer. One parlay soccer, one parlay college basketball. Soccer parlay, Tottenham money line, PSG money line. NCAA basketball, Ohio State -7, Washington State +2.5, and Drake. The boys are all on Drake today. Drake -18.5. We're gonna ride this wagon until the wheels fall off. Hopefully that's not today. Let's see, what do we got here now? Okay, I got a couple NCAA parlays here. Excuse me. Same thing I did yesterday. I think I'm going to start doing this a lot more moving forward. Just 3-team parlays. First one, Evansville +1.5 at home against Valparaiso. Rutgers Northwestern over 140.5. It's a tough game to pick for me. I feel like Northwestern's going to get this, but I could not settle on either one. They both kind of stink. Northwestern really stinks, but they're at home. I kind of feel them there, but I like the over 140.5. Ohio State -6.5 against Michigan State. Wherever you're getting this is bouncing up and down. I think they are going to beat the ever-living shit out of Michigan State today. Ohio State has been very good. Michigan State is, right now, a dumpster fire. I picked them the other day, I think against Rutgers, and they got absolutely obliterated. Just stay away from them. Bet against them until they figure their lives out. Number 2, we got Houston -9.5 against SMU. Drake, you know I'm on Drake. Drake -18.5 against Illinois State, and Temple -7 against Tulane. I'll have some NBA stuff later. It's probably some same game parlays on the Sixers, maybe a couple NBA parlays. I'm going to give you NBA picks, but I do want to see how the starting lineups shake out tonight. Before I get real deep into that, I'll have that stuff on Twitter for you. Maybe I'll get on TikTok tonight. We'll see what happens there. Go through my straight up picks, and I'll give you the locks, and we'll talk about lock committee for February. All right, so straight up picks. I got a boatload. Like I said, we are all in today. We are trying to get back to positive, at least to even, but I think we're going to do both. All right, Ohio State -6.5 against Michigan State, -6.5, -7. I think this has actually even gone up to like 9 points at this point. But like I said, this is a double-digit win for them. I'm taking them no matter what, unless this spread goes up to into the 20s, and even then I might consider it. Ohio State -6.5 against Michigan State. Houston -9.5 against SMU. Drake -18.5 against Illinois State. Let's see here. NC State +5.5 at Syracuse. Why? Because fuck Syracuse. Fuck them to death. I cannot stand them. They're on my shit list with Kansas, who got smoked yesterday, like I told you they would. NC State +5.5. Rutgers Northwestern over 140.5. Temple -7. Evansville +1 against Valparaiso. That's all the college we got. Moving to NBA. Sixers money line at the Pacers and under 224. Also, if Embiid is playing, if we got the whole crew playing tonight, but especially Embiid, Simmons over 7.5 assists, always lock that up. Any night they're both playing over 7.5 assists. Denver -2 at the Jazz. At home against Jazz. The Jazz have won like 11 straight games. They are on an absolute tear. I think that ends tonight. Denver, not quite that hot. I think they've won like 4 out of 5 or something like that, or maybe even 4 in a row. But I like Denver tonight. I think they end the streak. Clippers -8 at the Knicks. The Clippers have been a wagon. Whether they got Paul George and Kawhi playing or they don't, they're smoking everybody. And the Knicks, they stink. And we're also going to go over 212 points in that game because I think the Clippers are I think they're going to score enough to carry that, even if the Knicks get basically shut down. I think they go over 212. Nets -8.5 at the Wizards. The Wizards have been smoked like 7 games in a row, and the Nets are kind of coming into their own right now. I think they blow them out. Raptors -5.5 against the Magic. I don't want to say it's a toss-up, but they just, the Raptors started out terrible, getting a little bit better. Orlando looks a little bit lost. I think this might be a double-digit win for the Raptors too. Timberwolves +3.5 at home against the Cavs and over 219. Neither of these teams are very good. I think it's probably a high-scoring affair. I think the Timberwolves actually win this game, but I'm taking them to cover. USA money line against Trinidad and Tobago. Friendly today. When there's U.S. soccer, you got to bet it. We don't get it all the time. Spencer and I were talking about it. Looking forward to the World Cup. He is picking them, not the next World Cup, the following. He's picking them to win. He is waiting for that future to come out, and he is going in on it. And you know what? I'm going in on it too. Been waiting for this my entire life. They've got me pumped so many times, broken my heart even more. But I am all over USA soccer, and I like them today against Trinidad and Tobago. Can't even say that. I don't know what's the matter with me. Locks for today: Stevie player props, Clippers money line, Avalanche money line. Spencer, Nets -9. Last day as a guest pick, Spence. Tomorrow you're on the committee. I got Ohio State -6.5, Drake -18.5, Sixers money line, and again, if Embiid plays tonight, Simmons over assists. So lock committee for February. This is who we got: Spencer, Steve, Sean, me. 4-man committee, same as we had this month. Chrissy Moneyline Locks is going to bow out for the month. Spencer is going to hop in there. The way we're going to do it, we're going to track the records, same way that we did this time, but we are also going to track units. This is going to give you a little better idea of how we're doing overall instead of just the picks. Like I said, picks yesterday, 9, 7, and 1, but because we hit those parlays, we were just raking in units. And not only that, it's, if you love a game, like I gave you 3 locks today, I love Sixers money line more than I like Ohio State to cover. Maybe I dropped 2 units on Sixers money line, 1 unit on Ohio State. So this is going to give you a little better idea of how we're actually making out, and if we are raking or if we're drowning. The way we're going to do this also, on average, minimum 1 lock per video from everybody on the committee. So you miss a day, that's fine, but then you got to give 2 the next time. This is kind of like the batting average rule in baseball. You have to have enough plate appearances to count, okay? Max 3 locks per video. There's been times, especially with me and Sean, when we've given like 30 locks, which it's cheating a little, in my opinion. It's cheating a little bit because you're trying to boost those numbers up, which it could also work against you. But I think this is the best way to keep everybody close enough with total games to make it a little bit more even. So minimum 1 lock per video on average, max 3, period. Not an average, max 3 per video. And the odds for the locks have to be -350 or longer. Again, this is to try to keep it even. If you're giving locks that are -1,000, -2,000, come on. Anybody can give that pick. That's a guaranteed win 99 out of 100 times. So just to make it a little bit more challenging for us, make it a little bit more even level the playing field. These are going to be the rules for February moving forward. Like we've been doing this whole time, we will learn and adapt and change as we see fit. After this month, if we see there's things that we need to change, we obviously will, just to get the best challenge out there for all of us. So all that being said, now you know the plan moving forward. We are ready to gun. We're going wild turkey, house whiskey, and got the nectar pounder for today. College basketball on the weekends is just I talked about it yesterday. Saturday is the best day. Sunday is easily the second best day. Same thing for the NBA. Friday night NBA is pretty good too usually, but Saturday and Sunday NBA is awesome. We got a bunch of great games in both today. We got you some hockey picks. I'm hoping to get a little bit more of that. I am personally going to start trying to learn hockey a little bit better so that I can get in on this game. And same thing with soccer. I know that I've just been following the lead of these guys, but I am going to try to get in there and do my own thing shortly. We'll see. Maybe February will be the month of soccer. I don't know, and possibly the month of hockey. But I think we're going to do Tuesday, Thursday again this week. We got the Super Bowl next week. After the Super Bowl, we're gonna be gearing up hard on the Super Bowl. But after the Super Bowl, we might take a look and change the days. I know I keep talking about it, but it's still currently being tossed around in my head. So here we go. So we got Ohio State. We got the cover wagon. It is Drake. We got the Sixers that, oh God, they're so good. They're so good. I love them so much. And not an official lock, but I'm telling you, Embiid plays tonight, Simmons assists. They're both in the game. Simmons over 7.5 assists every single time. This has hit like 90% of the games this year. Simmons assists over 7.5. If they're going to keep that line at 7.5, make them pay you for it. All right? Love you guys. I love that beer. I love it. I know I say it every time, but I love it. Like I said, like, share, subscribe, guys. I'll see you on Tuesday. Check us out on Twitter. We're going to have more picks on there. I'm sure the boys are going to be getting some stuff up today too, the same game parlays and whatnot. And you know, let's rake this week, just stack to the ceiling so that we can go all in on this Super Bowl and make a fortune. All right. I love you guys. I can't wait to talk to you again.